What's up, guys? Today we're going to take a look at the Wotopo Atty squared. Okay guys, so a couple of weeks ago you probably seen the video I put out about the e-cig VT. It was just kind of a first look video. I haven't reviewed this device yet, but that review is coming soon. With that, I also did a first impression of the Atty squared or the Atty cubed. Today we're going to take a look at the Atty squared. So here's the box that it comes in. Typical nice packaging from Wotopo. Then you got these two little tabs on either side. Just put your fingers in there and pull from the top. And here's your RDA. Then down here in the bottom we have some extra screws, a little blue screwdriver and some O-rings. Then down the very bottom we have the rest of the tank. I'm going to go ahead and pull all of this out. So this one here is threaded. And you just thread it in like that. Here's a smaller size drip tip. There's no O-rings or anything like that on this. And it just press fits directly in there. Just push it on down. But I like to use the bigger drip top that comes with it. So I'm going to put these parts away. Okay, now here's our atomizer itself. Here's the bottom side. And I currently have a build in this, and it's probably a little bit different than some of the other builds you guys have seen. I decided to make vertical coils in this because of the way the airflow is designed. We'll get to that here in a minute. You can see how the coils are sitting in there right now. So we just pull the base out, and we'll put that off to the side. So you got these two giant airflow holes right there. And the only way that you can build coils to this is in dual coil configuration. And the machining on this is really nice. None of this is sharp, and that's a plus. Then here's the drip top that goes with it, and this is threaded. Then here's the inner barrel for your airflow control. You see how that's set up. You can set the airflow where you can block off one of these top cycloptic holes up here. Or, you know, you could have them partially open and all that. So here's our deck. We have some nice beefy screws up here at the top. I really like these screws. They're long. The way that the tops are made, I don't think they're going to be stripping out anytime soon. And look at how deep that juice well is. I mean, that's a good 4 to 5 milliliters deep, so that's a massive plus. You can see the kind of coils. I've tried all different types of coils on here. I've even did some coil builds on here where I had them running at a slant like that right there, and those worked out okay. Then I've done them horizontal like that. And then now I'm going vertical, and I seem to like these the best. And this is 22 gauge, 6 wraps on both sides, dual coils. And the eye holes on these, man, for your wire, they're freaking huge. This is 22 gauge wire through there, and you see how big the holes are. So you could easily put like 18 gauge or any of that in here. This atomizer would be great for like twisted builds and all that. For your thicker gauge wires, you know, if you're going to get crazy and do some really wild looking builds, this will easily accommodate those builds. This is a tri-post, meaning that you have a negative on either side that are milled into the deck, as you can see. And then right here in the center, the two positive posts here is actually one giant post. You see how it's shaped like a little T in there? And then at the bottom, it's actually squared, and that keeps it from spinning. So far, I've had no spinning on this at all. I don't know how well you can see the deck down in there, but the machining on this is really great, man. This is like a $32 RDA, and the machining is really fantastic on it. There's no burrs or any of that, no burrs on the insides of these post holes or any of that stuff, man. So I'm really excited about that. Then you got the two double O-rings there, and like I said, you got spares. Right here goes the third one, so there's 3 extra O-rings that came with it. I'm going to go ahead and put this together. Well, first I'm going to put my drip top on, and this just threads on just like that. Now I want to set this to where both airflow holes are open. And to adjust this, it's a little bit of a pain, but the object of it is to grab this outer section here and turn it. It's just a little bit difficult to do. There's no e-juice or anything like that in here, so this thing is completely dry. So it makes it really difficult to turn. But when it's on top of a box mod or something like that, it's a lot simpler to mess with. So if I put that in there like that, that's going to cover up my top hole. See that? And I'll just leave the one at the bottom on either side will be open. So pretty simple. So I'm going to be using this where it's wide open to be right there. And you just click it into place. And there we go. Now what I need to do is I'm going to pop this deck onto my unregulated box mod here. This is the unregulated beast box. I'm going to go ahead and wick this up real quick. So give me just a second. I'll do one side and then we'll come back and take a look at it so we can save some time here. Okay, so can you see what I've done here? I ran my cotton through the top and then cut off about this much. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is tuck this portion underneath. That way it'll be sitting directly down into the juice well. Then at the top I'm just going to leave nice and fluffy. So you see how I got that going there? That way when I drip down through the top, I'm going to drip directly on top of that cotton. And then whatever drips into the juice well will be pulled up through the bottom into the coil. So this is how I've been doing it here lately. So I'm going to go ahead and wick the other side and then we'll come right back and we'll vape it. Okay, there we go, all wicked up. And get some of my strawberry custard here put on this. This juice well, man, it holds a ton of e-juice. So you can just kind of dump it in there. There we go. The top of this, I'm going to line this up with my air holes. And this is going to sit a little bit funky on here. I could turn it a bit like that. And then put it on, but you know, then it's kind of loose, and that's the one downfall about this RDA. In order to have it nice and tight, it's gonna sit goofy looking like that right there, but I mean, it works. Really quick before I give this a vape, this has adjustable airflow like I talked about earlier. It has stainless steel construction. Both drip tips are made of Delrin. There's spare O-rings and screws. According to this, the 510 is adjustable, but I can't get mine to turn, so you know, maybe it's just mine. I don't know. And then like I said before, it's a tri-post with positive center block. The wide bore drip tip is friction fit or press fit. Then it has a 510 drip tip adapter, which we seen all that stuff earlier. So that's everything that you get in the box, and this particular website is selling it for $36.95, though you can get it a lot cheaper if you go over to e-cig. I think they have it for $32.99. If you use promo code TWISTED420, you'll get 10% off of that, so not too bad. So let's go ahead, back out of here, and I'll give this a vape, and then I'll give you my final thoughts and opinions on it. That wide open airflow with these vertical coils on here, this thing just performs crazy, man. Great vapor production, and the flavor is not fantastic on this, but it's not bad neither. Now, like I said, it does sit a little goofy on all of my box mods. You can put it on something like this right here, like a tube mech, but it's just gonna look silly. There's a ton of overhang and it looks funny on there. You can take this and loosen it just a little bit and then line up your airflow, and you can make it sit flush and square. But like I said, then it's loose. It's that way on my Sigelli 100 watt, my IPv3. I don't like it to be loose, so I use it like this. That way it's nice and tight on there, even though it does look a little weird. But you know, it's not bad. And plus, the way that I hit this thing, I usually hold it in my left hand and I use my index finger. So when I bring it up to my mouth, I'm actually facing it this way, so my airflow holes are pointed in the opposite directions. That way I'm not going to tip it up and dump juice or anything like that out of it. Do I recommend this Atty? Yes and no. I mean, it's easy to build on. It's made very well. It has tons and tons of airflow. The only thing that I'm really not excited about is you can't tighten it up all the way without it sitting weird on your box mods. And like I said, you can't use this on a tube mech because it just looks funny. But other than that, I mean, it does perform really well. It's made well. It's simple to build on. You got 2 drip tip options on here. I believe these come in black and stainless steel at the moment. All in all, I do recommend this atomizer. There's just, you know, it sits a little weird and the O-rings aren't very good on it. Other than that, the build deck on it is fantastic. The machining is awesome. It's made of really nice materials. The paint job seems to be holding up very well. And it's a nice little atomizer, man. And another plus about this is that it's an authentic. It's made in China, but it's a Chinese authentic. Kudos to Wotopo, man. It's a really nice RDA. Okay, guys, until next time, take care and happy vaping.